If you've found a will, one of the first questions you might ask is this the original or just a copy? And it's an important question because in England and Wales, the original will is what's normally required for probate. So in this video, I'll walk you through how to tell the difference between an original will and a copy and what to do if you're not sure. Because sometimes it's not immediately clear. The original will is the legally operative document. It's the version that shows the actual signatures, the final form of the document, and confirmation that it hasn't been altered. The probate registry will usually expect to see the original when applying for probate, so identifying whether you have the original is an important early step. The most obvious indicator is the signature. An original will should contain the original signature of the person who made the will and the original signatures of the witnesses. These are usually in ink, not printed or copied. If what you're looking at has printed signatures or looks like a scanned document, that's usually a strong indication that it's a copy. There are also physical clues that can help. An original will often has slight indentations from pen pressure, natural variations in ink, and sometimes staples or binding marks. A copy, particularly a digital or photocopied one, will usually look more uniform. It may also be missing original attachments or marks. Something that's often overlooked is staples. If a will was originally stapled together and that staple has been removed, it can raise questions. That's because it may suggest pages were added or removed. So even small physical details like this can be important when assessing whether a document is the original. If a solicitor prepared the will, they may still hold the original or have records confirming its status, so it's always worth checking with any firm that may have been involved. They may be able to confirm whether what you have is the original, a copy, or a draft version. These days, many people also have scanned or digital copies of their will, but it's important to understand that a digital version is not the same as the original signed document. It may be useful for reference, but it won't usually be accepted on its own for probate purposes. If you're not sure whether a document is the original, it's best not to make assumptions. Treat it as a copy until you can confirm otherwise. That might involve checking with solicitors, looking for other versions, or taking advice if needed, because the next steps in the probate process may depend on that distinction. So the simplest way to think about it is this. An original will usually have real, ink signatures and physical characteristics that a copy won't. If those aren't present, it's likely you're looking at a copy. If you believe the deceased had a will, but you can't locate the original in the deceased's paperwork, I have a video on my channel of how to undertake a thorough search for the original will, which may be helpful. If you're dealing with an estate and trying to work out what documents you have, having a clear process makes everything easier. So I've put together a free Executors checklist that walks through the steps involved in estate administration. You can download it using the link in the description. And if you'd like clear, practical guidance on probate in England and Wales, feel free to subscribe. I'll continue to explain these topics in a straightforward way.